Hi everyone. In this video we're going to find exact values of trig functions using sum and difference identities. We're going to be doing radians and degrees, and we're only going to do sine and cosine in this video. The next video will be tangent, and then after that we'll do a couple with secant and cotan. So the first thing you need to know is your formula for sine. So we have sine of, let's break this up. The first thing we notice is that this is not on our unit circle, so I'm going to make it where I can break this up into two different angles, an alpha and a beta. So I'm going to write this as 3 pi over 12 plus 2 pi over 12. So if I simplify that, I'm going to get sine of pi over 4 and plus pi over 6. So my alpha is pi over 4 and my beta is going to be pi over 6. Two different angles. That's what I'm labeling it. Now we know the formula for, since this is a plus, sine of alpha plus beta equals sine of alpha cosine of beta plus cosine of alpha sine of beta. And then you just substitute everything in. So what we're going to do is sine, I want to move it over here, sine of pi over 4 cosine of pi over 6 minus cosine of pi over 4 and sine of pi over times sine of pi over 6. And then you just substitute. We know that sine of pi over 4 is square root of 2 over 2. Cosine of pi over 6 is square root of 3 over 2. Okay, minus square root of 2 over 2. And this is going to be 1/2 times 1/2. Now we simplify that, and we're going to get the square root of 6 over 4 minus square root of 2 over 4. And we can write this as 1/4 square root of 6 minus square root of 2. I just pulled out the 4. Okay? Now the next one. Sine of pi over 12. So I don't know why I did this one. Sine of pi over 12 we can write as sine of 3 pi over 12 minus 2 pi over 12, which equals sine of pi over 3, no, pi over 4 minus pi over 6. So in this case, we're just using the, this is your alpha minus your beta. So we have sine of alpha minus beta equals sine of alpha, sine of beta, cosine of beta, minus cosine of alpha, sine of beta. And then you just substitute your alpha and your beta. So we're going to get sine of pi over 4 cosine of pi over 6 and minus cosine of pi over 4 sine of pi over 6. And it's basically the same one we did, so we're going to get square root of 2 over 2 times the square root of 3 over 2 minus square root of 2 over 2 times 1/2. So that's square root of 2 over 4 minus square root of 2 over 4, and you can pull out the 1/4 here. That's square root of 6 minus square root of 2. Okay? The next one is cosine. So we have cosine, and I'm going to break this out as cosine of 4 pi over 12. You have to break it up where it's something that you already know the information on from your unit circle or your graphs, however you're doing it. So simplified, this is pi over 3 and plus pi over 4. So this is your alpha plus your beta. Now I'm going to write out my formula. So I get cosine alpha plus beta is cosine of alpha, cosine of beta, minus sine of alpha, sine of beta. And then you just substitute. So we have cosine pi over 3, cosine of pi over 4, minus sine of pi over 3, sine of pi over 4. And this yields 1/2 times the square root of 2 over 2 minus square root of 3 over 2 times the square root of 2 over 2. So you're going to get square root of 2 over 4 minus square root of 6 over 4. Again, I'm going to bring out that 1/4. That's going to be square root of 2 minus square root of 6. The next one I have is 17 pi over 12. So in this case, I think I'll break this up with, let's see, sine. You can do it any way you want, but I'm going to go ahead and use 15 pi over 12 plus 2 pi over 12. And that's going to give you, if you reduce it, 5 pi over 4 plus pi over 6. Now, I'm not going to keep writing the formula down, so I'm just going to go ahead and write this out. So you're going to get sine of 5 pi over 4, cosine of pi over 6, plus cosine of 5 pi over 4 times sine of pi over 6. And that's going to give you, okay, so that's going to give you square root of 2 over 2 times square root of 3 over 2 plus negative square root of 2 over 2 times 1/2. So when you get that, you're going to get square root of 6 this is negative 2. So what you're going to do is get negative square root of 6 over 4 minus square root of 2 over 4. Now you can pull out a negative 1/4, and that's going to change the square root of 6 minus square root of 2 plus square root of 2. Okay? Okay, the next one we have is sum with degrees. These are a little easier, I think. You have cosine. I'm going to go ahead and break this as 120 plus 45 degrees. And again, I'm not going to keep writing the formula out, but you're going to get cosine 120 times cosine of 45. Remember, you have a minus now. Sine of 120 times sine of 45 degrees. So that's going to give you negative 1/2 times the square root of 2 over 2 minus square root of 3 over 2 times square root of 2 over 2. And that simplifies to negative 1/4 times square root of 2 plus square root of 6. Okay, we have a couple more with degrees. I'm going to break this up as sine of 60 plus 45. And these are all degrees. So, and just put in the formula. Sine of 60 degrees times cosine of 45 degrees plus cosine of 60 degrees times sine of 45 degrees. And substitute, and you get square root of 3 over 2 times the square root of 2 over 2 They all look the same, don't they? 1/2 times the square root of 2 over 2. And you're going to get 1/4 times square root of 6 plus square root of 2. Now, I think I have one more. What is this one? No, that's it. The next set I'm going to do is tangent and using the tangent formula. So thank you and have a nice day. Bye-bye.